Welcome to the Kentucky Game Plan with your hosts, Adrian and Mac.
Welcome to the Kentucky Game Plan, everyone. I'm Adrian Smith.
And I'm Mac Black.
Actually, I'm Mac Black.
Adrian Smith here.
Yes, sir. So, how are you today, sir?
I'm great. You?
Well, considering the way college basketball is going,
Yeah. But it's beautiful weather.
it's beautiful outside.
So,
I'm going to say spring's here, but looking for the temperatures to drop just a little bit, toward the middle part of the week.
true that.
You know what? I'm a weatherman now.
Look, sounds like it. You're
I'm
good
a
at it.
weatherman. Should I keep going?
Let's not. Let's
Okay,
get to the
all right.
locals.
Well, let's go to Florida first.
Florida.
Gainesville.
Florida.
Battle of the Cats and the Gators. Once again, second round this year. Looks like Kentucky has won their fourth straight game, but yesterday was an upset. They ended up falling to Florida 67-80. Kentucky is now 21-10. Florida 20-11.
Well, the Cats look lost.
Yeah, look more. They were a shell of the team
Right.
that they had been the last four games. So I don't know what's going on. But I will say this: the three ball was actually punished us.
Well,
Kentucky was punished by that three ball.
like we've always said, you live and die by the three. UK shooting 37% from three-point range.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Yeah, like you said, man, this matchup is always a great matchup, especially when the SEC tournament starts.
It is.
But Kentucky looked like either they didn't want to be there, or B, they still thought they were on the plane because it was not good from the beginning to the end.
Florida is playing like they don't have a care in the world. You notice how the guys are out there. They're aggressive. They're playing free.
Mm-hmm. Ball rotation.
Ball rotation is good and communication, which Kentucky really didn't have any of that yesterday.
No, they, like I said, they kind of sleepwalked through this game. I'm shocked they got 67 points,
Right.
to be honest.
They're 10-8 in SEC play.
Right.
That's what they ended up to in their regular season. Looks like they might be a fourth or fifth seed in SEC tournament, depending on the winner of Arkansas and Mizzou. So
Okay. I was going to say, what was...
and that starts Saturday. They gave up 16 points off turnovers, with them actually having 13 turnovers
Right.
and 6 assists.
Total of 6 assists for the game.
So what's that tell you?
Horrible. That's what it tells me. Horrible.
Yeah.
That's why I'm shocked they got 67 points.
And if they go into the big dance playing like this,
They're out in the first round.
yeah, they'll be home early.
No.
Which I don't want to see that.
No, but
Big
Florida
Nation don't want to see it.
Florida had 15 assists
Yeah.
versus Kentucky's 6 assists. Florida had 10 turnovers versus Kentucky's 13 turnovers.
Exactly. Florida looked like the December team.
Yeah.
When
exactly.
they were ranked number 5 beginning part of the season.
Right.
They played like that team yesterday.
Well, they're trying to get back into it, obviously.
Well, they have something to work with now. It's like they've latched on to a certain type of play, and they're playing like the coach said. They're playing like they haven't figured it all out yet, but they know what they're doing is right, so they're going to keep on keeping on and doing what they're doing. So,
Well, Calipari said that, this team, they got those 4 wins in a row at the toughest point of their schedule, he said. But once again, a very, very young team. Very talented team, but very, very young team.
4 freshmen, 1 sophomore.
So there you go.
You put that together in a rotation. So, not to make up excuses, but that's what it is. Looks like Alexander had 17 points. Knox finished with 14. I think they were the 2 highest scorers for the Cats.
Washington, I think, 13 points and 7 rebounds.
Okay.
And Green off the bench with 11 points.
And Jalen Hudson, another one of the sharpshooters yesterday, 22 points.
That backcourt.
Looks like Cheriza, he set an all-time assist record for the team.
Oh, okay.
Did I say his name right?
Your guess is as good as mine on
I'm
that
going to
one.
say Cheriza.
Well, there you go.
That reminds me of the sausage. Chorizo sausage,
Allen also for Florida, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yes.
Almost got a triple-double.
Almost.
So.
I'm not surprised. They were all over the place.
Oh, they were.
They were up and down the floor. They were outrunning Kentucky. You seen these monsters dunks coming in. If it wasn't the dunks, it was the 3 ball.
Right.
They just kept hitting three after three after three, and Kentucky played like some matchup, man-to-man zone defense thing they were doing. And that kind of trimmed the lead down a little bit, but
I'll be honest, this game looked like a college team versus a high school team.
Yeah,
and I hate to say that because of the talent that Kentucky has. So, that being said, like, this is unexcusable in my book.
Yeah.
To look this bad going into this point in the season where, A, you need to be winning.
Exactly.
And B, you need to be communicating, ball rotation, taking good shots. 37% from the three-point range is not good. Some of those were kind of forced at the very end, trying to, get somewhat closer.
Right.
But
when you force yourself to try to score and chop that lead down toward the end, it's not good. It never works.
No.
You just make more mistakes, actually.
Exactly. So
but looks like Thursday or Friday they'll be playing. SEC tournament starts, and Florida plays Friday, so Kentucky's gonna play Thursday or Friday, depending on the Arkansas Mizzou.
Okay.
And they'll be somewhere in the 4th or 5th seed category. So,
well, hopefully,
see what happens.
Hopefully, they get in advance.
Well, moving on to the Louisville Cardinals. Kind of disappointing for those guys too, especially after that Virginia game.
Yeah,
falling to them by 1 point.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That was one of the best games I've seen. I think Louisville play. I mean, they controlled both ends of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was moving the ball around. They had some really good shot selections. It's just that little mistake. I'm not gonna say it's a freshman mistake because we know Adele isn't a freshman, but it's just like I don't know if he got too anxious or what, but
caught up in the moment.
Right. I mean, he was. Clearly you don't move on an inbound play. When you're inbounding the ball, you can't move, and he takes off to the left.
Right.
Boom, violation. Ball goes back to Virginia.
The Cardinals falling 69-76.
Yeah.
But as far as 69-76 NC State game, I'm sorry. As far as the Virginia game, that was probably one of the best games all season.
Yeah.
I mean, not only just for U of L, but for college basketball all season long. Probably one of the best games down to literally the seconds.
Exactly.
Last seconds where they could have pulled off that win against the number one team in the country. But back to the U of L NC State game. U of L also live and die by the three. 27% from three-point range in this game.
This guy Darius Perry, he trimmed that lead down at the 4:29 mark in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
He got down to 64-62 with a couple of three-pointers. So, I mean, this is Louisville's 4th loss of 5 games.
Right.
They played for these last 5 games. They lost 4 of them.
Tough road. I mean, these teams that they're playing, though, I mean, they're
turnovers.
really, really good teams.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
NC State's defense looked so sharp yesterday.
Well, that's what NC State's good at.
Right.
Is their obviously Virginia great at their defense and great shot selection. That's what they do there, Virginia. But
exactly.
Like you said, I mean, you know what though? One guy that I've complained about all year, who's finally showed up at the end of the year, Snyder, 12 points, 6 assists in this game against NC State. I think overall, I know that their records almost mirror each other as far as UK U of L.
Right.
This team, as far as U of L, I think has been more battle tested than UK.
Yeah,
for the actual big dance.
But are they going to make it to the big dance?
That's a great question. I mean, both these teams are on the bubble. From last I saw, are they going to make it to the dance? I think they can.
Well, this game they just played yesterday, wasn't that determining the factor of them being able to play in March Madness?
Well, the ACC tournament in general, yeah. I mean, where they fall, their record overall. Same goes for UK, though, in the SEC. So,
Louisville had 15 turnovers versus 6 turnovers NC State had. So you can tell defensively they showed up. Omar Yurtsevin, I guess that's how you pronounce his name, the big man for NC State. He had a great defensive game.
He did.
Offense as well. He finished with 13 points, 5 blocks, 3 steals, and he had 3 3-pointers.
Wow.
So that dude was all over the spot.
He was.
Doing his thing. And a couple other guys on there, they finished with 16 points, 15 points. Torin Dorn, 15 points, and Alaric Freeman, 16 points. And you backed up by Braxton Beverly with more 13 points.
Yeah, see, I mean.
But the lead was only 1 at halftime, 33-32.
Exactly.
But
I mean,
it's like NC State came right out after halftime and just
guns blazing.
They went on a run.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this game's all about. I mean, runs.
Once again, more 3-pointers.
And the 3. For U of L, Spalding, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Dangadell, 20 points, 7 rebounds. Quentin Snyder, 12 points, 6 assists.
Right.
Sutton off the bench. Didn't score much, but he got you 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys are looking at this Sutton kid as probably maybe the next Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Coming into next season. He's going to get obviously more time. But they say this guy could be, the U of L's next Donovan Mitchell. So
we'll see what happens.
We'll see, for sure.
Wednesday starts ACC tournament in Brooklyn. So that's going to be interesting to see what's going on there. This is NC State's, they were looking to end that 2-year NCAA tournament drought. And
right.
Looks like they're about to do that.
They're getting in.
11-7 in ACC play. So we'll see what the tournament offers for them.
Yeah, with all that talent in the ACC and the way they just beat each other up.
Oh, yeah. All day, every day.
Yeah, I mean.
Speaking of that, Duke, North Carolina, second battle with them this year.
Yep.
And Duke comes out victorious, so they're 1-1.
1-1.
74-67. Duke's still ranked 5. Tar Heels are 9.
Okay.
Texas, West Virginia.
That was down to the wire.
The tables definitely turned from when you guys were in Morgantown watching it.
Yep. Go down to Austin. Tables have turned, as you say. So
different ground there.
It was. I don't think Texas is going to get in. It's going to take a miracle for them to get in. But
are you disappointed?
Overall, yeah. I mean, this team has got good players and they got good shooters. They could definitely play better and actually play better on defense.
Right.
Seeing them actually in person, yeah. I mean, this team is got the talent. It's just putting it together, I guess, as they say.
What do you think it would take to bring Texas basketball back? Is it a certain type of players they need, or I'm not gonna say it's the coach.
No, it's not the coach. I mean, Shock is a great coach.
Really good job with his guys. But what else do you think they need to get back in the mix?
I think they need that solidified point guard.
Okay.
You've always had like the TJ Fords, the DJ Augustine type of guys. I mean, both went to the NBA.
So they've been lacking that the past few seasons?
Yeah, I think they have. They get the floor general.
Yeah.
It's
always important.
It's always important. It's where it starts.
That you get the ball, you facilitate that ball to people who can score in whatever situation it is. So whether it's your shooters,
right,
or your big man on the inside in the paint. So
I mean, that's where I think it needs to be. They need to go out and get one of those stud point guards and hopefully put Texas on the map again as far as basketball.
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Another local, Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee State.
Uh-oh.
Well,
how'd that pan out?
Western Kentucky falls.
Wow.
64-82. This is Middle Tennessee's second straight Conference USA title.
Wow.
So they're in the dance. Josh Johnson, 14 points, 7 rebounds for Western Kentucky. Bearden with 24 points. Once again, these teams in the state of Kentucky live and die by the 3. 20% from three-point range.
You know what? Hold on. This should be the three-point show.
Right.
Kentucky game playing a three-point edition.
And also Western Kentucky, 4 assists total in the game.
Wow.
So yeah, you can see why they fell. As far as Middle Tennessee State, Walters finished with 18 points, 11 rebounds. King, 18 points, 9 rebounds. And Johnson with 17 points. Middle Tennessee State, they had 18 assists. They shot 45% from three-point range. That's how you win.
Right.
Ball movement.
Ball movement and communication.
Another local. They're up in Edwardsville, Illinois. Bellarmine winning over University of Indiana.
Still rolling.
Or University of Indianapolis, I'm sorry. 83-65. Bellarmine plays Truman University today at 4:30. Like I said, it's in Edwardsville, Illinois.
Okay.
As far as this game for Bellarmine, Alex Cook finished with 14 points, 11 rebounds. Adam Eberhardt, 17 points, 8 rebounds. And Brent Bach, 22 points. Ajay Lawton for University of Indianapolis finished with 13 points, 7 assists. And Eric Davison, 12 points.
All right.
So,
still doing their thing.
Bellarmine's rolling. They're winning. That's pretty much the only local that's doing it. So,
yeah,
hopefully they can...
considering everybody else took an L.
Everybody took an L. Everybody lived and died by the 3, and nobody wanted to pass the ball, that's for sure. Anything else with the locals?
I have 0, my friend. I'm just, I guess, like everybody else, waiting to see what happens in these tournaments, these conference tournaments. So,
well, like you said, these conference tournaments will dictate where they go in the tournament if they make the tournament.
And Selection Sunday, I'm definitely looking forward to that, which
Well,
is right around the corner.
Yep. NFL news: the Rams making moves. They kind of smelt the playoffs last season.
All right.
Didn't do too hot, but first-time coach Sean McVay.
I don't think he did too bad.
No.
First-year coach.
And as young as he is, yeah. Sean McVay making moves. The Rams are going to trade 2-time Pro Bowler defensive end Robert Quinn to the Dolphins for a 3rd and 4th round pick in this draft. The Dolphins defensive line now will have Pro Bowler Robert Quinn, Pro Bowler Ndamukong Suh, and Cameron Wake.
So do you think this is what the Dolphins need?
It's a start.
Okay. Cause
that team needs a lot of things. It's a start.
Okay.
They need a healthy quarterback. And Ryan Tannehill has not been healthy for
we know he's not the guy. Who would you see as quarterback there?
I can see the Dolphins maybe moving up in this draft since they grabbed some draft picks here to kind of compile these picks a little bit to move up in that maybe top 7 as far as the draft and maybe take a quarterback. A lot of these quarterbacks that are coming out, everybody loves them, and very little people hate them.
Right.
Personally, could this be somewhere where Lamar Jackson ends up?
Speaking of that, I was about to bring his name up as well.
I mean, he's a Florida guy, so
you heard him say,
right,
I'll go wherever they want me as a quarterback. And he doesn't want to play any other position other than a quarterback. And you can't blame him.
No. I mean, that's why he went to U of L. That's where he got his, star power, as they say, being a quarterback, and his Heisman. He was a Heisman finalist 2 years in a row.
Or they were asking him to, train.
At the Combine's workout.
Yeah.
Yep, as a wide receiver. And quarterback.
Yeah.
He turned that down.
What about him not having an agent?
It's interesting. I'll say that. You're right. He's not signed an agent. As far as I know, he's not looking to sign an agent.
Is this a trend you think he could set for up-and-coming players?
It could be a trend. I mean, with all the turmoil going on with, college sports, and agents, and,
Could be a smart move on his end,
It could be. He's setting his mom up to be his agent, his representative.
Keep it in the family.
At the Combines. Yeah, keep it in the family. He says, she was with me when I was, nothing, and now she's going to be with me, when I'm something. But
what better person to do it?
Exactly, your mom. But, it's a Shark Tank out there.
It is.
The NFL's a business. It's a $1 billion business, and
everybody wants that dollar. We know that.
I hope she understands and gets the knowledge that she needs before she starts wheeling and dealing. But, it could be a trend. Like you said, this could be a trend going forward. I know a lot of the NBA players are now kind of representing themselves.
I'm sure she's done her homework.
I'm sure she has. But, the Asian world is a Shark Tank.
It is.
Who can get who can get who where with so much more money than this person. So,
Right.
yeah.
We'll see what happens. I wish him all the best, though.
Oh, I do too. This could be a landing spot, like a landing spot for him, since the Jaguars have re-signed Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of talking about him going to Jacksonville. But
Would you want to see him sit behind him and, learn? Or
I think it'd be a smart move. I mean, they say the jump from college football to the NFL is very extreme, especially at the quarterback position. A lot more to learn and a lot more to understand and digest, I guess,
right.
at that position than any other position, minus, the center position. But, yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if he ended up with the Dolphins. I mean, you got a good defensive line there.
Yeah. He definitely need that.
They just, well, not re-signed, but they just franchise tagged wide receiver Jarvis Landry, and he's going to sign that franchise tag tender. But they also said that him and his agent are free to seek out a trade. So whatever this trade is, they're going to have to take that franchise tag money right with it.
Exactly.
So also NFL news, Kirk Cousins. He's the big quarterback free agent, Kirk Cousins. 4 teams that he will look at and talk to in free agency. 4 big teams are the Broncos, the Jets, the Vikings, and the Cardinals.
Wow.
A lot of people saying he's either going to end up in Denver or the Jets.
I can see him with the Cardinals.
I could see him with more of the Broncos than any of them.
Really?
I mean, you got some receivers there.
The Broncos, they need a quarterback.
You got a top 10 defense there. Yeah. They know how to win there. So,
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins, is he the guy? We'll see. I mean, he was way better than Robert Griffin as far as I'm concerned, as far as the quarterback position in Washington.
Love Robert Griffin, no, but just say how he kept getting injured.
Yeah, he's just injury prone, unfortunately.
That's the most injured prone guy I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, as soon as you get back out there, it hurt.
Yeah, it wasn't his shoulder, it was his ankle. It wasn't his ankle, it was his knee. So, yeah.
Tragic, man.
Tragic, yeah.
Right? It's like kind of a waste of talent.
Unfortunately.
I
mean, the talent was there. Just the injuries were more.
Right.
So, what's going on with the NBA, man?
There's an interesting piece going on with Kobe Bryant, but we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
The Cavs are still playing well.
Okay.
James Harden and the Rockets. He's still putting up MVP numbers.
The Rockets, they're like on a big streak, right?
They are.
12 games, 15 games?
Yep.
Yeah, 15-game winning streak.
Brody's still putting his numbers up. Can't leave him out. I mean,
when does he not?
He's always going to do what he does. And very, still exciting to watch.
Right.
Kyrie and the Celtics are so-so.
I still say
still a contender team.
Right.
Still a team to beat.
Well, the East is pretty much 3 teams. Cleveland, Toronto,
right,
Boston. So the West is wide open. So much talent. So many good teams. Like you said, the Spurs are in the mix. The Rockets, Golden State, obviously.
Right.
Those are the 3 big ones. Yeah, the NBA, as far as Kobe's concerned.
What about Mr. Bryant?
Yeah, Mr. Bryant, after the game of basketball, has moved on and being successful at that. As far as moving on, of course, why would you not be when you're Kobe Bryant?
Right.
But, Kobe Bryant, 5-time NBA champ, 2-time Olympic winner.
Yep.
Up for an Oscar nomination.
Now, have you seen this yet?
I have not.
Dear Basketball.
I have not.
I haven't either. I've read a lot about it, but seen little bits and pieces on Twitter.
Okay.
Looks super interesting, which I had actually seen this maybe a month ago.
Okay.
Never mentioned it to you. I didn't know if you had seen it or it just slipped both of our minds, but he's been talking about it for a while.
Well, yeah, Kobe Bryant, like we said, up for an Oscar nomination. It's called Dear Basketball. It's an animation short film. It actually all started with the letter he wrote to the players and the fans when he retired.
Yes. I got a copy of that.
They now turned into an animated short film. It's done by Glenn Keane, the illustrator of animation. He did a lot of stuff for Disney. his known work, Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
So he definitely teamed up with a great person to do this. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for him, man.
Right. What better person to, talk about basketball, the ins and outs, your struggles, your victories, your disappointments. I mean, that's all part of the game.
Right. In the battle to get better.
Right. And to be obsessed to get better. Because if you look at it, nothing against LeBron and Durant and all these other guys, but Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, those two dudes, just like basketball, the game of basketball, the love they have for the game of basketball, it was like it was in their DNA.
Mm-hmm.
These guys hated to lose. I remember one game, I think they played Cleveland. They lost to Cleveland, and Kobe stayed afterwards.
Okay.
Everybody else was on the bus. Kobe was still in the gym shooting around. That's how pissed off he was because they lost.
Well, that's what
he's in the gym still shooting.
Yes.
The team on the bus, he's shooting basketball still.
I want to say, who was it? I want to say it was Kevin Durant was shooting around during a pregame, Oklahoma City. That's where he was at, and Kobe was there shooting around. And
I remember that.
He said he actually stopped shooting around and actually stopped and watched Kobe shoot.
Right, yeah, I remember that.
He had said that he watched him for like another 40 minutes after his own workout before the game.
Dude was relentless.
And he asked him, he was like, why are you still practicing so much when you're this good? And Kobe's exact words were, you never know when somebody's going to try to dethrone you.
Exactly.
So you got to work twice as hard.
Exactly. All right, trust me, I know. So, I got a situation I'm in where I'm trying to be dethroned, but it's not going to happen. So we'll leave that where it is. But I totally understand the mentality. That's that whole Mamba mentality. And it's a lot deeper than just getting better. So.
Yeah, well, I think it's great that somebody that can, go from one major thing as far as sports and like music into kind of a film thing and get nominated for an Oscar like this is really, really cool and really successful on his part to show that he is always going to be on top of his game. So no matter if it's basketball or something else.
He paid attention. His attention to detail is what impresses me a lot.
Oh,
I know everything. So.
Things around town. Get your Forecastle tickets. Like I said, they're on sale. It starts July 13th and the 15th. The list is, epic as far as who's going to be there. Studio Players presents Stage Kiss. It runs March 8th through the 25th at the Carriage House in Lexington. Also, Victor Victoria with Pandora Productions runs March 15th through the 25th at the Henry Clay Building here in Louisville. Looking for Lilith, the patron saint of losing sleep, is playing at the Mex. It runs March 15th through the 24th. Also, big list today. Saturday, March 10th, St. Patrick's Day Parade. Shamrock and Roll.
Always a good time.
Down in your hood. Shamrock and Roll down on the Highlands.
Yes, sir.
Barstown Road. Also, Saturday, March 10th, Murder Mystery Show and Dinner. It's at the Patrick O'Shea's. That's located at 123 West Main Street. March 16th, Bone Thugs and Harmony at Mercury Ballroom.
First of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
There you go. It's first of the month. So that's things going on with the locals.
Awesome. I guess this just wraps it up. I just want to say thank you again for the listeners.
Yeah.
Well, to the listeners.
Right.
For listening to us, the Kentucky Game Plan. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at @the_KY_game plan. Facebook at @the_KY.gameplan. And Twitter at @the_KY_game_plan. Also, you can listen to our podcast on YouTube at @the_KY.gameplan. So once again, thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. I am Mac Black.
I'm Adrian Smith.
And thank you for listening to the Kentucky Game Plan.